What's going on, YouTube? Sith Power here, and today's video is going to be a gameplay of me playing some Dom, and I drop an 80 bomb, boys. And that's, you know, as much as I would want to make a video just about that, at least it gives you something to look at while I hit this topic, guys. This topic that's been on my mind for such a long time now, and that is fatherhood. A big reason why I haven't been posting a lot of videos lately is because I am, believe it or not, in the home stretch of becoming a father for the first time. And I'm starting to get a little nervous because now I'm starting to think, what's gonna happen to my video gaming? I mean, I think I'm ready. I've mentally prepared myself for a lot of the things that I'm pretty, you know, I'm sure you can never really prepare yourself because you've never been in that situation. But I've tried to at least mentally prepare myself as much as I humanly can before that day hits. Because once that day hits, if you're not a father already, you know, once that day hits, that's it. That's a wrap. I don't mean to sound negative, but everything that you're used to doing changes forever. You know, it's kind of like, man, I don't want to use marriage as an analogy, but it's like once you get married, that's it. Like, you know, certain things have to change in how you run your life. Same thing when you're, you know, when you just mature and you become a homeowner and all that stuff. Like, certain things do change. Now, for the most part, you try to find ways to try to still be able to have fun and do the things you want to do. But then a lot of times you have to do the things you have to do. And becoming a dad, I mean, I do not want to sound like it's a negative thing. I mean, I don't know what the feeling is like yet. I'm sure I'll find out here very, very shortly. But it has to be one of the best feelings in the world, in order, you know, to do something so insane, to create a human life. It has to be just absolutely phenomenal. And I really just can't wait for that moment. But at the same time, you can't help but wonder what's going to happen. I mean, you know, having a child, you're all of a sudden, you just gain a full-time job. Now you have 2 full-time jobs. And except this one, you can't just clock out and go home. You know, this one is every day, all day long. And video gaming is a big part of who I am. It's a big part of what I want to do. It's a big part of, you know, the reason I have this YouTube video is to show people who are in my boat, I guess, when it comes to my age and all that stuff, that you could still be able to do things like play video games. You know, you could still YouTube if that's something you want to do. Now, I can't help but think, and I'm sure I'm right, that once a kid comes, it's going to put a huge break on how much I play video games. Now, part about being an adult is time management. You know, time management is something that I think every one of us, whether you're an adult or you're a kid or a teenager or an adolescent or whatever part of life you're in, I believe time management is something that we all face and we all struggle with. Because again, the older you get, the more things you have to do, the more time management becomes a part of your life. Now, the more things you add, you know, like a house, a dog, a wife, a job, all those things are going to, you know, take time away from your day, your specific, the things you as a person want to do. Not the things you have to do, but the things you want to do. All of a sudden, that window of opportunity you have becomes smaller and smaller. But a kid, guys, a kid, I mean, don't get me wrong. Again, I don't want to sound like a broken record here. I'm super stoked. But I want to continue to do this. For everyone that knows who I am, they know that video gaming has been a big part of my life for the last 8 years. It's definitely become even more of a part of my life ever since I started YouTubing. Because, you know, I have to make content. And I can't make content if I'm not gaming. So, once again, I apologize for the lack of videos in the last month, but a big reason for that is the fact that I've just been really busy doing the final stretch of, you know, becoming a dad. I've been working on the baby's room for a hot minute. Some might say it's taking me longer than it should, but whatever, you know, whatever. I wasn't racing with anything, you know. The room's done. It looks beautiful. You know, I take a lot of pride in it because it looks complete day and night difference to what it actually looked at. And by the way, guys, I don't know if you're noticing in the screen, but I am streaked out and I'm ready to use these bad boys. And something I didn't know is once I started using them, I got streaked out once again. So it's gonna start getting crazy here. There's gonna be more reps than I could imagine, to the point where I lose focus and control of what I'm doing and where people are coming from. It becomes a hot mess. By the way, hell of a comeback too, because we are losing. I thought for a second, even with all my kills, we weren't gonna win this thing, but we actually do pull it off at the end. But anyway, back to the topic at hand, guys. If you are watching this video and you are a gamer yourself and you are a parent, how is it, man? Like, you know, like, how did you do it? How do you do the things you do? I mean, I know a couple people that are parents that do play video games, and I do notice that they sometimes have to maybe not play a couple of days in a row. Now that's something I'm not used to. Okay, I get behind the sticks at least once a day. Okay, you know, it's part of my routine. I'm a very routine needing person. Okay, I come home from work, I do a couple of things around the house, I hang out with my wife for a little bit, and then I'm downstairs and I'm gaming. It's part of my stress relief. You know, not only do I play it because I like being competitive, but I also play it because it does relieve stress. It's my hobby, I guess you could say. So it is something that I do look forward to at the end of the day. Every single day I look forward to coming home and getting behind the sticks. It's my passion, guys. I love it, and that's a reason why I started YouTubing. But now with a kid coming around the corner, it's gonna make things a little bit harder. And not just for me, because my friends, the people that I game with, are also in the same boat. There's a good friend of mine by the name of Sith Punk, who I play with a lot of these videos with. I said with a lot right there. But anyway, and he just had his kid. Just today. He just had his kid. So now it's going to be a little harder, not just for me to play, but for me to play with my friends, because now we're all in, you know, not our own schedule, but we're all kind of held hostage to when our kids are going to need us. On a positive note, I do remind myself that, listen, most of my video gaming happens late at night. There's very few times that I play throughout the actual daytime. Most of my gaming happens after 10 o'clock, after 11 o'clock, where you know, everyone's in bed. Now I'm hoping that maybe not so much right now when the kid first comes out, but you know, I'm gonna probably give the kid a good bedtime. I want that kid to be asleep by a certain time so I can do my thing, because I think it's also important for me to live my own life and do the things I enjoy doing, because if I'm not happy, then my kid's not going to be happy. You know what I mean? So it's definitely important for me to continue to do what I love doing, because if I don't show my child that I could still do the things I love doing, then how am I going to expect them to do the same thing when they grow up? You know what I mean? I think a lot of it's going to be having to just have a huge control of time management. The lack of control that I have on time management now needs to get nipped in the bud and needs to get fixed, and fixed fast, in order for me to be able to enjoy, you know, still playing video games, still making videos for you guys, and enjoy fatherhood. Now, the one thing that's been making it a little stressful and a little annoying is when I bump into a lot of people that give me a lot of shit, especially the ones that know that I play video games a lot, and I play video games a lot throughout the night. Is they like to pick fun and say, oh, well, when that kid comes out, no more video games for you. So it is kind of annoying that I have been able to deal with that, but I guess that's all part of being in my age group. I've made a video in the past, somewhere in my video history of YouTube, where I talk about how, you know, the side effects of being old and being the age that I am now. Once again, I am 33. and dealing with people criticizing that, you know, the fact that you still play video games. It's almost as if they hate that you're having fun in a way. You know what I mean? Like they don't like seeing you being able to still do things that you love doing while still being responsible and doing the things that you have to do. Now, maybe it is that I have a better, you know, better time management. Who knows? Maybe I have a wonderful wife, which I do, who, you know, doesn't need me every single second of her life to be right next to her, and allows me to play video games just because she knows how important this is in who I am. And I think a big reason why she understands that is because she's a gamer herself, or at least used to be for the most part. She's definitely slowed down now, well, you know, starting her path of becoming a mother. But I hate when I have to deal with that. When I have to deal with people giving me, you know, little remarks and trying to poke fun at a situation that I don't think is funny. I think it's wonderful. You know, I don't view having a child as any sort of punishment. You know, I still plan on doing what I love to do, and that's, you know, playing video games. So, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. I know it was a kind of a long one, but you had some entertainment when I dropped that 82 kills on Domination, which I usually don't play pubs, but I decided to mess around, and thank God I was recording it. But guys, if there's any fathers out there, please leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys do, the little things that you had to do to change your you know, all your responsibilities and all that. So guys, please, like always, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and YouTube. We'll see you very soon.